Come along with us as we visit CES 2024 in Las Vegas. We've got a lot of cool vehicles to show you, but I figured I would just run through a little bit of tech, starting with this LG wireless transparent TV. Moving on to drone soccer, which is big overseas. Obviously some really cool technology, and just 3D holographic AI was all over the place. One of the things that I liked was the specific computer attached to a pair of glasses. No need for a monitor. And then my favorite might have been this little pizza touch to order. Trying to figure out how I can put one of these in my house. As Toy Trader, we're obviously loving all the water toys. They had a ton of scuba equipment, things to use like a sea bob. And then this food truck in particular was 100% robot driven. So very efficient, very fast, accurate. It was a food truck that the robot had done all the work. Very impressive to see. But as we get into vehicles, obviously AI and self-driving was a big component to this. Hyundai had a really cool setup with these excavators and a ton of equipment that's going to be 100% autonomous. So very, very cool to see this product in person. I think that's definitely something that's going to be coming down into the construction world here shortly. And then Pebble Flow was leading the conversation from an RV perspective. So this particular trailer holds as much power, three and a half times the power of what a Tesla Powerwall does. It is 100% capable of charging a car, or obviously being off grid. One of their features that they were really touting was the ability for this to be self-driving. So if you notice, the owner can mobilize this RV, and actually what I thought was pretty cool is even pull it up to drop it on the hitch for you itself. So I'm not sure if it's needed, but very cool concept. Honda was in full force. So they had their space hub, which is very unique. And then they also had the saloon. And the saloon is just a very futuristic vehicle that, again, is full self-driving. The electronics that were built into this vehicle seem to be very, very edge. As you look, you can see all these LED screens that were built into the back headrests of the seats as well. So very cool product. And again, I would say probably my favorite would be this Xpeng. We've all heard and seen flying cars. This was there on site at CES, and they are claiming shipment and production here at the end of 2024. So I got to see this thing in person. The blades were turning. They actually have a ton of time put into product development. So it's going to be interesting to see if this thing launches and exactly who might be taken to the air here soon. They also had another concept vehicle. It was not there, but their ground and air module unit is something that they were touting there at the show as well and talking about. So very interesting on flying cars coming our way in 2024. Moving on, one of the off-road vehicles that I was excited to see as well in person and put hands on was Bollinger Motors. So these vehicles, again, are all electric. They are 2-speed, high and low speed, locking differentials. They've got two versions. They've got the SUV. They have the truck version as well. So these things are very minimalistic, but US built. Interested to see how the market takes these. They look really good in person. And again, not necessarily more from a comfort perspective, but just a utility perspective. So we'll see how those do here shortly as well. They had a Mullen 5 in the backdrop, which is 1,000 horsepower, $55,000 price tag crossover. Did a great job with that. And just as far as vehicles go, they had over the snow, they had tons and tons and tons of e-bikes and motorcycles and dirt bikes and everything you can think of in regard to transportation. VinFast had their truck there as well. If you're familiar with VinFast, the Wild version, you can look that up online, but a very cool truck that's coming to market. And then just to cap it off, the real reason that we were searching the floor was to get hands-on to this Segway supervillain. So this is a hybrid drivetrain. It's a 2.0 liter, 330 horsepower side-by-side. I will tell you, one of my concerns personally is the weight. This is a 3,200 pound, 3,300 pound machine. The technology that's built into this is already out in the Villain. I've sat in one of those. I've actually been impressed with what that has done. But ultimately, this super villain has over 20 inches of travel in the front, 20 inches in the rear. It's got a winch. It's got 32-inch tires. It's running beadlocks. Again, from a quality perspective, it looks like it is on par with anything that we would see from other manufacturers. So I'm interested to see this out in the wild, pushing 330 horsepower from the factory. Only time will tell. Tons of power for the dunes. Can't wait to see it in action. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe. More videos to come. Appreciate you.